Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. How are you today? It is fantastic and amazing to see you here today. I really appreciate you coming by for the best hour of my day. Man, I'm super pumped today. Very excited. Good morning, happy trails. How are you today? We have Be Positive in the room. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, Joran is here. Thank you so much, Joran, for coming by. I really appreciate it. I want to personally thank Jorn for the wonderful shout out he gave me in his video that he dropped yesterday. You honor me, my friend. It was a great video. He talks about what would happen to the economy if there were some sort of natural disaster or otherwise, and it's pretty good stuff. How would you pay for goods and services? So it's an interesting take, and I think it's really good. So if you guys have a moment, check it out. I definitely would not, I definitely wouldn't miss it. It's pretty good information. It never hurts to be prepared. Never. Of course, that's generally not my motto. I'm always pretty much not prepared for anything. Well, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? So it is going to be a scorcher here where I'm at today. I am actually in the Great Allentown Fairgrounds. I came here this morning hoping that the farmers market would be open because I think it's kind of an interesting culture shock for folks. Might like to see it. It's fun and different. Unfortunately, it's only open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I do drink soda. I'm not a coffee man. I'm not a coffee man. This is generally my caffeine intake, and today we have the Britney Spears cola, so there you go. I mean, who doesn't want some Britney Spears in their life, right? Oh, it was a rough night last night. So if I look horrible, and not just because of all this washed out garbage that YouTube can't seem to get right, if I look horrible, I apologize. I was up very late. The B-roll Smackdown is a labor of love. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited about this segment on my channel. But man, sometimes it could be like herding cats, I'm telling you right now. I hope that everyone really enjoys it, really plays it up, and really has fun with it, because it is, man, I think it's just such a cool idea. And I hope that everybody loves it enough that we can keep doing it month after month. But this is a dry run, and we're gonna have some fun. Yeah, happy trails. You guys are not really the cats. I guess it's kind of, by extension, my lack of ability to explain things properly. Awesome, happy trails. Thank you so much. And I know you know what I'm talking about, happy trails, as a teacher. Nobody ever seems to either pay attention to the details or anything like that. It is what it is. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think because I am just learning the process, everyone else is obviously learning the process too, and I'm a poor explainer. So let's just face it. I didn't do a fantastic job of explaining how to get into it and how to do it and how long it was. So it's on me. It's on me, my friend. Caleb, good morning. How are you today? It is fantastic to see you here. I really appreciate you stopping by for the stream. This is the best hour of my day. It's essentially a community show where we talk about just about anything you want to. We have some fantastic content creators in the room. So if you want to get to know them, it would definitely be a big boon for your channel, because they are fantastic. And I know you're gonna love what they do, and I'm sure they're gonna come and check out what you do as well. It is awesome to see you. So let's show you guys around here a little bit where I'm at. Woo. So as you can see, when I turn the camera around, YouTube's app does tend to do a lot better with the colorization, and you can see the sky is quite nice today. It is beautiful. It's a little bit hazy. I think we're getting more humidity. I'm kind of like near a bandstand area, and we're gonna take a walk and talk over in this area. That would be the farmer's market over there, which is closed today. I'm kind of bummed about that. And then over here we have where they do live shows and stuff and demolition derbies. So it's gonna be fun to take a look around there. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. What a freaking day. What a day already. How is everybody else's day going? I need a big pick-me-up. I need the best hour of my day today. I can tell you right now, because it was a rough evening last night. Everything just seemed to go wrong. Yeah, that's kind of what this place is, Happy. It's pretty cool. I don't know that I've ever actually been here unless the supposed great Allentown Fair was going on at the same time. So I kind of thought it would be fun to come out here and do it this morning. Unfortunately, I didn't actually check on what the hours were before I came out to do it. But there's plenty of interesting things in the area. Oh my goodness. You are not lying, Kay. It is gonna be a scorcher today. My guess is it's probably in the 70s already. I'm already perspiring. My face already looks kind of tacky, as you can see. I'm a guy that sweats. I apologize for that. But it is what it is. Everyone could tweet out this stream. That would be great. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much, Happy Trails. That would be just awesome. It is apparently a sleepy Monday morning for everyone today. It's all good. You got somebody wants to make sure their horn is working, so that's great. It works, my friend. Yep, there you go. It's still working. Oh, yeah, there you go. Jackass. They don't have any consideration for the live show. Last day of school. Congratulations, Caleb. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Where do you go to school? What grade are we talking? Are we talking college? Are we talking high school? So we're coming up here. Let me flip you guys around. This is the area. 10th grade. That's fantastic, Caleb. That is awesome. Congratulations, my friend. I hope you have an absolutely amazing summer. So that bandstand there, I've seen many a band there, Motley Crue and Dokken, and geez, there's got to be 100 of them. So they play in the little bandstand over there, and you sit in the stands. We never sat in the stands. We usually stand on the track, because as you can see, there's a track that goes around here. They do demolition derbies and they do dirt track racing here on occasion. It's kind of fun. Redneck sort of way. I have fun with it. We're gonna take a walk down here to the inner area. Yeah, the Great Allentown Fair, I'm not exactly sure how great it is, but it is always a good time. Me and my wife are exceptionally cheap. I know this comes as a big shock to everybody in the stream. So we generally try to find a way to get free tickets. We go on the free night, but we do enjoy it. There is something about fair food. We will come here on, we'll come here and we'll just eat to death, basically. Seth, good morning. How are you? Hey, Seth, I got a big question for you. Good morning, Hoosier Beck. How are you today? It is fantastic to see you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I got a big question for you, Seth, my friend. When are we gonna see that new first entry of your vlog, man? I can't wait to see it. I'm very excited about the possibility of seeing you start vlogging again. The world needs more vloggers, my friend. Although I suspect there might be some people that disagree with that fact. But I love it, man. I always enjoy it. Oh, man. I missed something. Is Caleb talking about employment here? Happy Trails. We'll probably be working with my dad. Oh, that's fantastic, Caleb. I can tell you right now, I know that's some hard work, my friend. That's some hard work. And you know what? You know what, though? It's probably even harder when you're working with your dad or for your dad, because he has a very high expectations of you, I'm sure. I know I worked with my dad lots of times, And if he was working with some schmo that he didn't really, you know, that was just a guy working for him, the level of expectation, needless to say, was somewhat different. But I'm telling you, Caleb, if you didn't see yesterday's live stream, I talked about my relationship with my dad and stuff like that. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Well, thank you, Hoosier Back. I'm glad you like Cody. Cody is a very, very good friend of mine. I've been around on his channel since he had 300 subscribers, and it's really exciting to see that people see what I see, because I knew the first second that I saw his content that he was going to be something special, and I still feel that way. I really do. So if you guys haven't checked out Cody Warner, please do yourself a big favor and check him out. And also, he does have a Facebook account that you can get on, and he will definitely interact with you on Facebook. I am in relatively constant contact with Cody. Anytime I send him a message, he's always right there. If I have, believe it or not, Cody is a big inspiration for me. He has so much filming experience and that sort of thing. So whenever I do a vlog that I'm pretty proud of, I always send a link to him and just ask him his opinion. And the beauty of Cody is that he'll tell you it's great, of course, but then he'll also give you constructive feedback on how you can make it better. And I think that's the best part about Cody. And he does it in a way that doesn't make you feel like poo. You feel really good because you know he liked the video, but he also sees how you can make it better. So yeah, isn't that the best kind of criticism? Especially when you ask for it. I mean, asking for criticism and have somebody write back and say, man, it was just awesome. Well, okay, cool. But there's always something in anything that you do that can be better. Always. You could have done this shot differently, or you didn't have the right exposure on that shot. There's always something you can do better. And he, obviously he went to film school, so he's much better at finding those little nuggets than I am. Susan's Creative, good morning. Another fantastic entry into the B-Roll Smackdown. And thank you so much for participating, Susan. I think it's just fantastic for everyone to get to see what you do. It's probably, it's the one clip that my wife always says, well, that's really interesting. And you know why? Because it's just so different than the rest of them. So I'm really excited to see how it goes. I think it's so cool. And you know, the funny thing is she watched Wood Pigeon's entry, and she didn't know the story behind it. And when I told her, she's like, oh wow, that is so cool. Wood Pigeon's not in here today, but if you don't know, his entry is all about wild edibles. So I think it's really cool, and they're all wild edibles that grow in his area right around him. So it kind of looks unrelated until you really know what he's talking about. And so I thought that was really, really cool. They came out this morning at 9 a.m. and the Twitter polls went up on my Twitter, Susan. Maybe Pam, not Pam, maybe Kay from Happy Trails Hiking can drop that link in there. That would be just awesome. Whew. So as you can see, I'm in downtown Allentown. Now this isn't the downtown. This is a different area of the downtown. I kind of like this one. Has little stone walkways and that sort of thing. I'm kind of bummed because I was really hoping that the farmers market would be open today. So I have this crazy idea. I have this absolutely crazy idea. Anyone who's been watching my channel for any length of time may have seen my filming at the mall video. I don't remember what it was called. It's actually one of the videos that I hate pretty much more than just about anything on my channel. I am in Pennsylvania, Caleb. But it did get a massive amount of views. It was hugely popular. I don't remember. I wish I could remember what the title was for my filming at the mall video. Anyone into car audio content on YouTube? Absolutely, Seth. I used to watch a show about this place in California that did car audio, and I absolutely loved it. I do not recall the name of it, but That stuff really fascinates me. I love how they build the boxes out of fiberglass and all that sort of stuff. I have done quite a bit of that work myself on other cars. My two BRZs had quite a bit of audio work done to them, all by me. My current car, the Mustang, I wouldn't change a thing about that system. It's unbelievable. Actually, one of the main reasons why I sold my Dodge Challenger is because the audio system is so integrated into that stupid car, and the audio quality was so bad. I'm not even kidding. It was so bad that I would have had to rip everything out and replace everything in order to get it to sound okay. And when you do that, you mess up everything about the navigation system and the dashboard and all that sort of stuff. Not today, Kay, not today. Oh, Em and the gang, I'm having a very interesting morning. It was a really rough night for me last night. So I got about 2.5 hours of sleep maybe. So I'm a bit on the frosty side this morning, but we are going to pull this out. We're doing it. Problem filming at the mall, that's the video I'm talking about. Yes, mountain survival. So I had this idea for something really fun to do on my live broadcast. I thought, okay, well, let's go back to the mall and do a live broadcast and see what happens. Let's see, if you like car videos, my friend Caleb Stortz puts out some cool content. Awesome, Seth, that is fantastic. Seth, are you in the Best Hour chat group yet? If you're not in the Best Hour chat group, message me on Twitter. I'll put you in there, and then you could drop the link in there, because I'd love to see it. There's no question. I'm sorry, I just saw the B-roll. Smackdown, great job. Hey, thank you, Em and the gang. I hope it was fun. I hope I made it fun. You guys made it really good content, but hopefully I was able to present it in a way that was fun and explain how to vote and everything. We are going to find out, but hopefully you guys will help me throughout the week by maybe putting out little mini videos on your channel, promoting your video and pointing people towards it so we can get as many votes in there as possible. Are we still on for the sticker, Em? I did put it in the video because I know you mentioned it before, but oh no, okay. All right, well that's fine, Em. That's all right, as long as it's YouTube music, that's cool. I did decide to put up my well-traveled $50 Amazon gift card because you know what? Somebody in this community should definitely get it. It's only fair. So I think that's just the fun way to finally get rid of it. For those of you who don't know the $50 Amazon gift card, that puppy followed me through Travel Adventure Series Season 1 and Season 2. So it's been to, and the reason why I call it well-traveled is because it spent a night in Virginia with me through tornadoes, and then we went to South Carolina, and we went to North Carolina and Georgia and Tennessee, and then of course it's been all over the great state of Pennsylvania, traveling with me, waiting for someone to come hike with me. So it's a very well-traveled gift card. You know, here's the thing, Em, I was kind of hoping that maybe I could just provide you with the address of the individual who wins, and then you could send it to them, or of course you might win, Em. You could very well win. Em has another fantastic idea, so thank you, Em. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody has fun with it. That's what it's all about. If we can grow it and get 16 or 20 YouTubers in there, I think the most important thing about the B-roll challenge that I want everybody to take out of it is it's just a really easy way to try to be exceptionally creative. For me, sometimes when I do a daily vlog, coming up with creative ways to tell a story can be difficult, and a lot of times I just end up talking in front of the camera like I do here. So doing something like the B-roll challenge gives you the opportunity to really stretch your legs, put in there anything that inspires you or makes you happy. We got some kids over here waving to me. Oh, just awesome. Have I mentioned before how much I just love kids? I mean, the way that they interact with people and the way that they're just so, I don't know, just so fun. They're just so fun. I wish I could go back, man. I can't tell you how much I miss being able to just, you know, play with your buddies out there and all that fun stuff. You don't get to do that when you're in your 40s anymore. It just doesn't happen. I get to play with my buddies when I go out to watch the UFC live. What is your temperature? My temperature here is quite hot, Jorn, as you might be able to tell. I am sitting in the shade, perspiring. I would guess it's probably in the low 80s already, and it's pretty humid. I videoed that, but didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, and it was really cool, Em and the gang. It was really cool. Oh man. Heat advisories. Well, for a heat advisory, I'd recommend that you stay indoors and in the shade, or man, I can't believe how warm it is here. Yeah, I don't know if we do here, Happy Trails, but my guess is we probably do. Yankee and I are trying to put together a collaboration. For those of you who may not know this, I am going to go to Ohio at some point, possibly. We're looking at maybe the last week of this month. And we're going to take a trip to the Serpent's Mound. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of the shows on strange and weird ancient sites in the United States, but the Serpent's Mound is definitely one of those sites. Yeah, check on the elderly. Well, thanks for checking in on me, guys. I appreciate it. We're talking about going down to the Serpent's Mound to check it out. And hopefully, I mean, Yankee has so much insight into these ancient sites and that sort of stuff, so I'm really looking forward to it. Good morning, Adam Outdoors. It's fantastic to see you today. How are you? How are you? Heat index over 100. My guess is we're going to get there today, too. I cannot seem to stop sweating, so... I am in the gang. I don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't be totally shocked if Yankee and I didn't somehow manage to get arrested, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Oh my goodness. Good to see you all. Good morning, Gilbert Rod. Please drive safely, my friend. Eliza, good morning. How are you today? It is wonderful to see you. No, we've got people that are revving engines. We're going to move away to try to avoid the noise. I think that's so funny. The barber shop right behind me. Kay doesn't miss anything. Kay does not miss anything. I'll bet you, Kay, when you were teaching, your little guys in your class did not get away with anything. You saw everything, I'll bet you. Oh, revving the engine, yep. See, and it's nice to rev the engine. I do that in my Mustang too. But there's quite a difference in sound quality on my Mustang. Let's see, what do we got going on here on my gimbal? All right, we still got 2 dots. Now, yeah, it's a little bit better. It's not so washed out when I'm in town like this. This app, YouTube really needs to get its act together on this one, because I would really like to be able to adjust the exposure on it. Em and the gang, this morning I am in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I started out at the Great Allentown Fairgrounds, and I'm just kind of walking through the area here. You can see, oh, this is pretty cool. Right here we've got the Sleepy Cat Urban Winery and the Udder Bar. That's a pretty cool name for an ice cream shop, the Udder Bar. A little bit disturbing, I suppose. A little bit on the disturbing side, for sure. The Theater and Gaming Mechanic, good morning. How are you today? It is fantastic and wonderful to see you guys here today. You lift my spirits. I had a very rough night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back towards the Great Allentown Fairgrounds at some point and show the folks around who weren't on at the beginning of the stream where I started and all that good stuff. But it is a hot one here today, my friends. So I am just sort of trying to go from shady area to shady area. And when I say shady area in Allentown, there could be 2 meanings to that. So I'm talking about the one that is provided by trees. Oh man, sometimes I'm a moron, I can't help it. Uh, Rob's Exotic Aquatics, good morning. How are you today? It is fantastic to see you in the stream. Hey, for those of you guys who are new, please take a moment, get to know all the wonderful folks in the room. They have amazing content. Also, if you're new, don't be afraid to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so I know, or so that you know when I have new content. Gator the Legend is in the house. Gator, I just want to say again how much I appreciate you spending your Father's Day evening with me on Up and Coming Tubers. It was an absolute honor to be able to tell your story to the folks out there. If you guys did not see Up and Coming Tubers last night, we got the entire origin story of Gator the Legend. It is really fantastic. For those of you who don't know, there are a lot of trolls involved in his origin story. And I think it's good for all of us who are YouTubers to see how he handled it and how he went from, you know, massive numbers of thumbs down in his video all the way to today where he's just so successful. So if you definitely want to check out Gator the Legend on Up and Coming Tubers last night, I would highly recommend it. It was a really fun show and he's such a cool guy. He's such a cool guy. Rob's Exotic Aquatics. It is so fantastic to see new folks in the room. I really appreciate it. For those of you guys who haven't been in this room before, I am Michael Fire Jr. I do this 1 hour show every morning and it's called The Best Hour of My Day. And the reason why it's called The Best Hour of My Day, it's because of all of you. You come in here and you honor me with your presence and we talk and we have fun, and it's kind of like being around the water cooler. And sometimes I even do really dumb things, which I think is really the reason why people watch. But I try to do walk and talks like this where we go around to different locations and see different things. And if we want to turn the camera around here, you can see this is the area where you can go into parking for the Allentown Fair. And that's the fairgrounds over there. Maybe one of my favorite concerts that I've ever been to took place in that building up there that has the satellite dish on it. I went to see Trivium there. And it's funny because there's a place in Allentown called Crocodile Rock. And it's right in one of those it's right in one of those areas that when I say I'm looking for shady places, it would be one of the other types of shady places. So it had a really, isn't that incredible, Jordan? So it had a really weird reputation, and at some point they weren't following some sort of rules. So the city basically told them that they had to either set up video cameras or something, or they were gonna pull their liquor license. So instead of the guy just spending a couple of bucks to set up some video cameras, he said, screw it, I'm closing. And so what happened was all the concerts and stuff that had been scheduled at that venue got dropped. But Trivium was awesome enough to say, you know what, we're gonna find somewhere else and we're gonna do the show anyways. And so that location up there, which I've never actually, that's the only place that I've ever been, that's the only time I've ever been to a live show there, and I've been to thousands, I mean thousands of live shows. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm kind of a music nut job. I listen to just about everything, although I do have a propensity for exceptionally heavy metal and death metal and stuff like that. But anyway, that's the first time I ever saw a show there. Those guys came in. I'll bet you they probably didn't even get paid for the show, and they just killed it, man. They just played like they had fun doing it, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I would highly recommend going to see Trivium if you're into metal, because those dudes on that night showed me that they don't do it for money. They do it because they love to do it. They love to do it. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd put them in the hairband category, Happy Trails. They would probably be closer to the death metal category, but they are pretty cool. Oh yeah, Gator, I've been to literally thousands of shows. In fact, one of the shows that I'm most excited about coming up is the final tour for Slayer. They have been probably my favorite band for most of my entire life. I have probably seen Slayer more than 100 times, I would guess. Easily more than 100 times. Always with the same group of friends. So the Red Hot Chili Peppers are my favorite. I am a big fan, actually. They do really good stuff. You know, I'm a big fan of songwriting. If a band does good songwriting, I generally tend to love it. Some of the stuff that I listen to that is that's not necessarily metal would be like, I really like Muse. I'm a big Duran Duran fan. Don't tell anybody. I love Duran Duran. Information Society, big fan. So those are some of the other goofy things that I listen to. But I have an exceptionally eclectic musical taste. And of course, as some people know, I know Kay knows, I sang in a barbershop chorus and quartet since I'm 9 years old. So I've been introduced to so many different types of music and bands. And I think that at some point you just learn to appreciate good songwriting, irregardless of what generation it is. As for my favorite band right now, if I had to say what my favorite band would be, it would probably be Opeth. They do very, very mellow music now. When they started out, they were just pretty much full-on death metal, or what I'd call progressive death metal. Now, basically, they do kind of almost 70s prog rock. It's really cool stuff. I'd highly recommend it. The other band I always listen to a lot is Dream Theater. Absolutely, Seth. Absolutely. I do not dislike bluegrass. In fact, oh, I hear you, Em. It's really hard to choose a favorite. The thing about bluegrass is that it's something that I'd rather watch live. Like, I really enjoy live music. We have a festival here in Allentown called the Music Fest. And every year they bring in thousands and thousands and thousands of artists that just come in here and play. And most of them are not known artists. All the shows are free. So we get artists from Russia and pretty much every other country on the planet. I can't wait to vlog from that because you guys are just gonna be amazed. But they have literally polka and bluegrass and acapella and all sorts of stuff. So you guys are gonna love that when I do that. I didn't realize we had so many music lovers in here. Caleb, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you spending a little bit of your time with us. Modest Mouse, Gator the Legend, that is another one that I really enjoy listening to as well. Geo in Japan, good morning. It's fantastic, or it's probably good evening for you. Thank you for coming by, I really appreciate it. I'm probably missing all kinds of chat because it is so shiny out here today. So let me see if I can stop over here. Let's see, I just saw a comment from Rob's. So Rob's, let me tell you what drives me musically. Generally speaking, I like to listen to music that invokes some sort of emotion. Now you guys know I'm a pretty chilled, laid back guy, but when I listen to things that are exceptionally aggressive and powerful, I get that energy out. So maybe that's why I'm such a big fan of that sort of music. But things that I really like, music that tells a story or invokes a specific sort of emotion from somebody. It's exactly the kind of music that my wife hates. She hates listening to music that takes a little bit of work. And a lot of the stuff that I listen to, let's be honest, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work to enjoy it. But some of my absolutely most favorite songs would probably be off of like Queensryche's Rage for Order album, where his voice is just so amazingly emotional. I'm very, very drawn towards female vocalists. So bands like Evanescence and the Cranberries, I always loved the emotion in her voice. And that's kind of where my musical tastes lie. Anything that invokes an emotion from you, I generally really enjoy. I was saying earlier in the chat that I have been where you are now. You saw the building. Wow. That's cool, Mountain. I didn't realize you were so local. You're totally local, my friend. Yeah, right over here. Let me turn the camera around. right over here, that is the farmer's market area over there. And then over here is the track. It's like a dirt track where they do demolition derbies and stuff occasionally. And then this is like an agroplex where they have exhibits and stuff like that in there, little mini shows. I came here with the intent of hoping to get into the farmer's market and show you guys around, because I don't know how many of you guys have seen a farmer's market, but unfortunately, apparently they have hours, and today is not one of them where they're open. So that's kind of disappointing, and it would have been nice to be able to get inside, because I can tell you right now it is quite warm. A company called PDQ Electric. I know exactly what you're talking about. I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. Wow. Be positive. Congratulations. Congratulations. I will hopefully be joining you very soon in the 500 subscriber club. I am so thrilled and excited for you. Thank you so much for all the support that you give to me and all the wonderful folks in the stream. That's just so awesome. Most of the stuff tells a cool story and is wrought with emotion. Dixie Chicks. All right, so let's tell my country music story. So I have always had one exception to my musical love theory. I have never been a particularly big fan of country music in my years. I don't know why. I don't have an explanation for it. It never probably made any sense, but I've never been a big fan of country music. But I have to admit that more recently, I've started to listen to it a lot more. See, the thing about country music is they're just exceptional storytellers. They're just exceptional storytellers. And I think somehow I got the bug lately. Maybe it was my wife always putting the radio on to the country station and stuff, but I've started to get a little bit of a acceptance for it. It still probably wouldn't be my favorite genre of music, but I can appreciate it much more now than I could before. I'm starting to really enjoy the storytelling, and so that's awesome. Let's see. Oh, please don't. Did you guys just talk about Sweet Home Alabama? Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's probably a list of about 5 songs that make me leave a club. And Sweet Home Alabama is pretty much, I would say maybe second or third on that list. I don't know why. I don't understand it. I just can't listen to it. You know, I had some young girl one time. I can understand that, Seth. I had some young girl once tell me, well, you just don't like it because you're old and you've heard it so many more times. Someone actually said that to me. And maybe she's right. I'm certainly not going to deny that possibility. I'm just old and I've heard it so many more times. Words to live by, my friends. She's probably right. Have you ever heard that song, Right Down the Line? I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have. But I don't have a problem with Leonard Skinner. I just can't suffer through that song. Another one is Stairway to Heaven. Maybe they just destroyed that song for me in high school. There's a couple of other ones. I'm not old. Well, I'm old enough. I don't feel old, Kay. But you know, sometimes you just gotta accept how other people see you too. I don't feel old. I'm still out getting it done. Good morning within hiking distance. How are you today? I have just heard of some... Yeah, that's exactly where I'm coming from. I'm wondering if it's not just, I heard it too many times. Oh, Mountain Survival, you have no idea. I love Michael Jackson. I cannot believe his tragic end. Of course, I'm also a massive, huge Prince fan. I think it's very telling when someone asked Eric Clapton how it feels to be the best guitarist in the world, and Eric Clapton says, "I don't know, we'll have to ask Prince." that tells you how much respect that gentleman had in the musical industry, and how he met his end was just horrifying. It's also kind of humbling coming from somebody who's such an amazing artist like Eric Clapton, though. I thought it would be fun to be in one of those singing competitions sometime, but I would have a hard time picking one genre. You know, for me, Caleb, or for me, Seth, the hardest thing would be to get in front of the, for me to get in front of the live audience. I can sing. In fact, I've spent most of my life singing 2 or 3 times a week, and I've sung in front of live people and done solos and all that stuff. And I've got to be honest with you. I don't like it. I don't like doing it. It just, it's different. So when you do a live broadcast on YouTube, for those of you who have ever done a live broadcast, there's what I like to call the 15-minute rush, where your body just starts to tell you that you shouldn't be doing this, and you get really nervous. It doesn't happen to me as much anymore, but when I first started doing live broadcasts, and still when I do up-and-coming tubers, it happens all the time. And for me, when I do live broadcasts on YouTube, the 15-minute rush always went away 30 seconds or so into whatever it was that I was doing live. But when you sing live, that 15-minute rush that should go away the second that you open up your mouth and singing starts to come out, it doesn't go away, or it never went away for me. And I could never calm my nerves enough to feel confident about my performance when I did any kind of live singing. And my feeling is that if I can't do it right, I don't want to do it. So that's kind of why I never wanted to sing live. Now, I do admit that when I was in high school, I did sing in a band. We sang around a lot. And for whatever reason, that was a heck of a lot different than a cappella singing with 2 or 3 other guys on stage. When you're singing in a live band, you can kind of get lost in the music. Whereas when you're in an a cappella singing group and there's no instruments and it's just your voice out there, man, I was a freaking mess. I just didn't enjoy doing it. So that is my singing story for those of you who are interested in why. Totally Tiff actually sent me a singing challenge. Well, she tagged me in a singing challenge on her channel. And I am going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that, because the plan is definitely not to sing live on this show or any other show. I believe Seth asked, do I play any instruments? Well, I can play some chords on the guitar. I'm not good, but I can play some chords on the guitar. I've used it for songwriting in the past. I can also pick my way through a melody on the keyboard or the piano. You know, I do have a relatively decent grasp on how to read music and that sort of thing. But yeah, singing challenge, Rob's. I really wanted to just strangle her after she tagged me in that, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Oh man, nothing like tackling your fears. But you know, the thing is it's not like I'm all about looking good on this channel. Let's face it, I have done so many stupid things that can easily make me look bad. So I don't know if I have any expectations that people are going to think my singing is good or bad, or whether I even really care whether people think it's good and bad. My biggest problem is that I sang barbershop for 25 years. And when you sing barbershop, you develop an ear for on-pitch or off-pitch singing. And it's a gift and a curse. And generally speaking, if I sing something, I can tell immediately on listening to it later how bad and off-pitch it is. And other people may not even notice, but I can't tell you how much it bothers me. So that's kind of exactly the reason why I probably will never do it. I did an intro, a barbershop intro to one of my segments that I had very early on when I created my channel. It was called, what was the name of the segment? The segment was called clip rewind. It's where I went back and I talked about older videos that I had done and made fun of them, basically. And I did what in barbershop is called a tag on that. And I sang all 4 parts, and I put them in Audacity, and I spent about 3 weeks trying to get it to sound like something that I didn't want to kill myself over. So, 3 weeks. Yeah, not gonna be singing on the channel anytime soon, guys. I'm sorry to bore you to death with my singing thing. Yeah, that's exactly right, within hiking distance. Susan's creative in a lot of things. I am not a perfectionist. In fact, a lot of people would call me the kind of person who does things half-ass. But when it comes to singing, I have such a subtle ear for pitch that when I hear, this is why I can't really listen to like rant jams and all that stuff. It's not that those people aren't fantastic artists and a lot of fun, but I can't stomach off-pitch singing. I just can't. I just can't. So that's why I will probably never sing on the thing. And that's one of the few things I'm really, there is no room for half-assed singing. Exactly, Em and the gang. And when you sing barbershop and your note has to be the exact right note in order for it to fit in with the other 3 guys, you learn to get aggravated with yourself when you're not singing. And not only does it have to fit, it has to be the exact right note, but the tone of the way that you create that note has to be right or it won't ring properly. So, yeah. When you spend 4 or 5 years with a quartet that's serious, trying to get every note and every pitch and every sound that you make a certain way so that it rings, it makes it tough to listen to other people sing who don't have a grasp of what good pitch is. So there's that. I sound like a big jerk now, I think. But it's not that I don't enjoy, like there's an Alanis Morissette, there's a, let's see. I missed Rob. Can you please sing for us? Yeah, you know, here's the thing, guys. I have sung twice on this show. I sang Happy Birthday to Jorn, and I sang Happy Birthday to Wood Pigeon. So if you guys really want to have your ears bleed, you are welcome to go back in the archives and check out those fantastic renditions of Happy Birthday. Oh, look at this. Coming soon, Food Truck Festival. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? It does not get any better than that. So I started to talk yesterday about my pyramid video. And I did a video. Everyone seems to really enjoy it. I was thinking about doing kind of the same thing that I had done before with the waterfalls, where I just put all the raw footage into a video and release it. Because of course, when you're doing a video and you're trying to keep everybody entertained for the entire time, you only show little bits and snippets and pieces of that video. And you know, a lot of times people just want to see the whole thing. I get it too, though. I admit that I'm pitched. Yeah, there's an Alanis Morissette song. I think I started to say that before. There's an Alanis Morissette song where she's a fantastic singer, so I'm not macking on her. But there is one song where there is a specific spot in the chorus or at the end where the note is just not right. It's just simply not the right note. And every time that song comes on, I have to change the station. And she's a national artist who's been amazingly successful. So that bug can hit us all. And here's the funny thing about it. My guess is she probably listens to that and goes to herself, Jesus, that note's not right. All right, Robs, that's cool. Check it out, my friend. Check it out. There are 2 examples where I sing Happy Birthday, and then of course there's the clip rewind bumper intro, where there's the clip rewind bumper intro where I sing 4 parts of barbershop harmony for about, I don't know, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Makes you wonder if it... That's what I always wonder, Seth. I always wonder, did they not have ears? Can they not hear? But on the pyramid thing, if you guys are interested, I would be willing to put out just the raw footage of the Rosicrucian Temple footage so that you guys can really get a chance to dig through it and see everything. Well, you know, I just put some interesting music behind it, not cut or edit anything, just leave it all in there so that you guys can have a look and check it out. Does anybody have any interest in seeing that, or is the video that I already dropped of it more than enough for you guys? I've been in audio a few times. Yeah, I can imagine, Seth. I can imagine. My guess is it's probably not that different than video editing. And video editing kind of looks like this. You start doing it at, I don't know. Let's see. That would be cool. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm interested to know, because a lot of people maybe were disappointed that I only showed 30 seconds of this and 2 seconds of that. And I have literally 45 minutes of footage from that place. So, I'm gonna watch. Sure, Happy Trails. I was fascinated by the history of the place. It's pretty unbelievable. It's pretty unbelievable. But I mean, honestly, that's why I didn't do any commentary on the place. I just told people what my experience was. Back to that, Seth. I don't mind editing. I like the editing process. But here's the thing, when you start editing at 9 o'clock and it gets to be 1 o'clock in the morning and you're watching your video again for the 487th time and you already hate it, and you're looking at this thing and that thing that you think could be better. Oh, it's all good, man. And you look at this thing and that thing that could be better, and at some point you just gotta say, especially for me, because I release daily content, at some point you just gotta say, well, it's good enough. And I suspect that that might be what happened on the Alanis Morissette thing. They're like, well, it's pretty close. I don't know why. They have pitch correction software, even back then, that it could have easily corrected the pitch of that note, but I guess they said, hey, that's really unique and original. We're just gonna leave it in there badly. We're gonna make sure that Mike's ears bleed 10 years from now. It's gonna be awesome. So Pyramid Raw footage, I'd be happy to release it, guys. I don't know how much of an interest in it there was. I had so many people ask me about... Oh, Seth, you have no idea, my friend. I had so many people asking me about just getting raw waterfall footage, which is why I released that video. And it's been amazingly popular. I was really shocked that people wanted to watch 45 minutes of waterfalls with music. So I'd be happy to release the pyramid video. I'm actually going to be trying to do a series that deals with bizarre and unusual locations like the Rosicrucian pyramids. Oh, I have something really cool. I have something really cool to tell you. Heart of Carmody, yo, how are you today? It is fantastic to see you in here. Thank you so much for coming by. So I met a couple of folks while I was at the Rosicrucian Temple. And I gave them all my card, of course, because I hand out my card everywhere I go. I want people to get to know me and let them know what I'm doing. And one of the young gentlemen who was helping out with the grounds crew emailed me and said that he really enjoyed what I had done with the video. So I, of course, politely said, hey man, if you're ever interested in getting on camera, I would really love to have the opportunity to get together with you and ask you from your perspective about a lot of the symbology that you find on the site. So I just thought it was so cool that he actually emailed me to say hi, but I'm hoping he responds and maybe I can get back up there to the Rosicrucian Temple and get the inside scoop. You know what I'd really love to? I would really love to get inside the church. I think there would be some really neat stuff to film in there. Of course, I didn't even ask the first time I was there, but if I develop a personal relationship with the guy, he was a really nice guy, maybe he'll hook me up, maybe he'll help me out. So that would be really fun. I'm kind of hoping that he responds positively to my request, because holy moly, man, wouldn't that just be the coolest thing to have somebody who is a Rosicrucian tell me the real truth about what all the symbols are and that sort of stuff, I think it'd be fantastic, a lot of fun. So, or at least the real truth from a Rosicrucian perspective. Because of course you just never know. I don't know. But they were so nice to me there, and I think you guys have been watching my channel to know. I think you guys have been watching my channel long enough to know that I'm never going to portray someone in a bad light, ever. If somebody happened to be, if I ended up with video of somebody or something where I thought the only way for me to produce a video was to make them look bad, I would just not do a vlog that day. That's just not what my channel's about. I never want to make someone look bad. Even if I don't care for somebody, or I don't like them, or I just don't think they're a good person, I'm not going to bash people. This is not my place. I would much rather be positive. There's too much negativity in the world already for me to go around trying to point out people's flaws. That's not my gig. So we're getting late in the show, and I don't want to not mention Violet Bird. Good morning. How are you? It is fantastic to see you in the stream. I want to mention a couple of folks that can help you grow your channel before I leave. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of Yankees Outdoor Adventure. He does an amazing job of highlighting YouTubers. And if you are looking to get some extra exposure for your YouTube channel, please hit up Yankee on Twitter and say, hey, I'd really like to get on the meet and greet. It would be a fantastic opportunity for your channel to get in front of a lot of folks and get a lot of exposure. Yankee has a lot of folks in his community, many of them right here that you're getting to meet today. So if you would like to be exposed to an even wider variety of folks just like the ones in this room, please hit up Yankees Outdoor Adventure on Twitter and say, hey, let me get in on that meet and greet action. There is also an awesome YouTuber. His name is Joker, and he runs a channel called the Creators Alliance. He does a live show just about every night where he profiles YouTubers on a daily basis. And all you have to do to get on that show is hashtag TuberTalk and say, hey Joker, I'd love to get on your show. It's a fantastic way to get your channel some exposure, and Joker is an absolutely fantastic and amazing guy. So please do not hesitate to think about getting some extra views on your channel by hitting these guys up. They do a fun and amazing job of supporting the community every day. They do so much more than I could ever hope to do. So I always want to give you guys ways to help grow your channel as well. And I'm going to give you another massive tidbit. You stopped by Yankee's stream. Yeah, Yankee's streams are so much fun. He does all kinds of great stuff on his stream. So one of the big tidbits that I have for you guys from a channel growth perspective, and I know you guys are saying, you're a small channel, what do you know? Well, that's true, but I'm a small channel, but you guys all really love to come in here and chat amongst one another because we have a great community. And one of the best ways to grow that community and to make sure that you try to have a personal relationship with all the folks that come by you is to make sure that when you watch a video for anyone, just leave a comment. Always leave a comment on every video you watch. And if you can, leave a thumbs up. First of all, it really helps with SEO for that person, so you're helping them out. And let's face it, even if you don't like their content, it's always good to say something nice. And you know, chances are if you say something nice to that person, they're going to come over and they're going to check out your content. And then guess what? They're going to leave a comment, and you're going to have a personal relationship with that person that can grow. And it's amazing how much more you enjoy someone's content when you get to know them. Seth Allison, SEO is search engine optimization. It is essentially your thumbnail, your video description, your title, and the tags that you put in there. It is the combination of all those things that help YouTube decide who wants to see your video and who doesn't. Although it's pretty nebulous and nobody really knows the truth about how it works anyways. But that's what SEO is, and you can't count on SEO when you're a small YouTuber to help grow your channel, because you just can't. So the first two things that you can do to really help grow your channel is, one, constantly try to improve the content that you create. As you guys know, I work on it every day. I watch a lot of other people's videos to try to find angles and tell stories better, and I'm getting okay at it. I'm at the point where I kind of feel like I'm being competent, at least. I don't think I'm good or great, but I'm getting there, and I will get there. You also have to be honest about where your content really is with yourself. but try to work every day to produce the very best content that you could possibly produce. And when you go out there and you get inspiration by watching other people's content, be sure to leave them a be sure to leave them a comment and let them know what you thought about their video. If you thought they could have done something better, constructively let them know. Give them a heart, give them a thumbs up, yeah, make their day. There are a lot of content creators out there with 32 subscribers who never had anyone comment on their video. Trust me, if you comment on that guy's video, he's gonna come comment on your video and you're gonna get to know him personally. And you know, that's the best way that you can help other YouTubers. One other big tip, if you're trying to grow other social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter, do yourself a big favor. I've gained a lot more followers on Twitter and Instagram by sharing other people's content than I ever have with sharing mine. In fact, I think sometimes I clog up my own feed with garbage and stuff. I like to post all my pictures because I want everybody to see them, but sharing other people's content is really, really what helps people connect with you and grow your channel. So definitely, if you guys get a chance, check out hashtag ADV group, adventure group, ADV group. Check it out. Click on there. Go in there. Check out some of the videos from those content creators. Take a look at them. See if you enjoy them. If you find something you like, then retweet those videos, because you're not only helping out the person that you're retweeting, but believe it or not, when you provide great content that your viewers have never seen, they like that and they tell other people about it and they share it, and that helps grow the community. So those are my two big community growth tips today. You guys have been an absolutely amazing and fantastic. Don't forget, vote for the B-Roll Smackdown. We have awesome creators that are it's awesome. Awesome creators. Share it with as many. Let's get